Today we have returned with Mr. Unnerving, and the dude came back with more Life of Luxury. He made like a Life of Luxury survival guide video we're gonna react to soon. I gotta see that, okay? But yeah. While you're here, like and subscribe right now. Come on, come on, guys. Seriously, come on. We don't have all day. It feels weird to be back with another Mr. Unnerving Life of Luxury video. Alright, let's go. I'm excited. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe.
Life of Luxuries is a series that built its reputation on one simple premise.
Okay. Before we start, when is Life of Luxury gonna make another video? Like, come on, guys. Parker Chester, it's been months.
People reporting
It's been a
something
year.
deeply wrong inside their homes. Since 2019, Parker and Chester have investigated countless emails, videos, and distress calls involving entities that defy logic, biology, and in some cases, reality itself.
That's true.
What begins as strange behavior or unexplained noises almost always escalates into something far more disturbing. Across these investigations, a pattern starts to emerge. The creatures encountered in Life of Luxury are not random monsters. They share reoccurring traits, similar methods of hunting, and consistent ways of targeting their victims. Elongated limbs, unnatural movement, predatory intelligence, and most importantly, an ability to hide in plain sight until it's far too late. In this video, we're going to break down several of the most disturbing Life of Luxury entities, analyzing their appearance, behavior, threat level, and whether surviving a direct encounter is even possible. No exaggeration, no jokes, just a breakdown of what these things are. What happens if you end up in the same house as one?
Life of Luxury. Great intro, Mr. Unnerving. Anyway. Subject 1. What is the vessel? Wait, what is the vessel? I'm trying to remember. I've seen a lot of Life of Luxury. I feel like I'd remember.
The vessel is the primary antagonist in Life of Luxury's video. She gave birth to it during the night. The entity is born directly from Gloria during the night and initially presents itself as an infant-like organism. Later in the video, it demonstrates a far more disturbing behavior. By crawling inside Gloria's body and using her limp, unresponsive form as a means of locomotion, allowing it to pursue Parker and Chester throughout the house. When first born, the vessel appears vaguely human, possessing hair and a face, but notably lacking arms and legs. It is seen wearing a diaper, giving it its infant-like appearance.
It has tiny arms.
Its voice at this stage is high-pitched, shriveled, and weak-sounding. As the encounter escalates, the entity's behavior and physiology change drastically. While chasing Parker and Chester, its voice deepens into the familiar low, wailing tone associated with other Life of Luxury entities. Its teeth are sharp and exposed, with visible gums, and its skin has gray-green coloration so thin that underlying bone structure appears faintly visible.
Whoa!
One of the most unsettling aspects of the vessel is its apparent ability to alter its physical form. Despite initially lacking limbs, the entity is later shown to possess arms and legs once it enters Gloria's body. This suggests either rapid physical mutation or that the vessel is capable of reconstructing its form depending on its needs. While being filmed by Chester, the camera only captures the entity's torso, with its lower half remaining unseen. This limited visibility adds to the ambiguity of its full anatomy during that moment. The vessel's defining trait is its parasitic use of Gloria as a host. By inhabiting her body, it gains mobility and speed, transforming her into what is effectively a living shell. This behavior firmly establishes the entity as not merely a malformed infant, but something predatory and adaptive, capable of discarding or reshaping its physical limitations when necessary.
Yo, man. Alright, subject the vessel. Wait, we need to guess. Because last time we played the guessing game. Yeah, I'm gonna say 50? No. 28. First time I've ever gotten one right. And we're just beginning. Let's go. It's gonna be a good day. Oh my god. Okay. Here we go. Subject 2. Who is it? Maria's roommate. Ew, his arms are so long. Okay.
His
Yo, I
roommate
just
is a
watched an
primary
ad. It took 10 seconds for me to be able to skip it. Is that new?
Agnes in the Life of Luxury episode, There's Something Wrong with Their Roommate. He appears as a disheveled man with long, dirty hair, and hands that are almost always clenched into claw-like
Ew!
positions. His voice is abnormal and unsettling when he speaks, often sounding strained or unnatural. One of his most disturbing behaviors is his repeated attempts to feed Maria meat infested with worms, becoming visibly upset when she refuses to eat. The reason for this behavior is never explained. Parker and Chester receive the case from Maria, a 19-year-old girl, who explains that one night her parents abruptly packed up all their belongings and disappeared without explanation. Shortly after, a man appeared at the house claiming to be her new roommate. Whenever Maria asks him about her parents, he ignores the question entirely. Over time, this behavior becomes increasingly threatening. He attempts to isolate Maria, repeatedly invites her into his room, and tries to enter her bedroom at night. On one occasion, Maria locks her door and hears him breathing outside, while attempting to turn the door. He also decorates the house by draping sheets
And we're back.
over furniture, furthering altering the environment. During the interview, Maria reveals that her roommate has been collecting her toenail clippings and used dental floss from the trash.
Ew.
He frequently cooks for her and grows angry when she refuses to eat. At one point, he interrupts the interview to ask if she is hungry, and as he turns away, worms fall from his pants. After setting up cameras, Parker and Chester sneak into his room while he is outside. Inside, Parker notices white mannequin arms in the corner, and Chester finds loose teeth near the window. Everyone goes to bed shortly after.
Don't touch
Later
it.
that night, the camera captures Maria's roommate sitting in a chair, giggling and stating, "Tonight I eat." He is seen crouching by doors, continuing to giggle, before systematically disabling each camera, using his mouth to pull them down. Around 2 a.m., Parker and Chester hear a voice calling for help that sounds like Maria, but it does not match her voice and instead resembles a roommate mimicking her. When Parker rushes into Maria's room and pulls back the blanket, he discovers a mannequin wearing a wig with the words "tricked you" written on it. A metal gate suddenly appears in the doorway, trapping Parker and Chester inside as the roommate giggles from the other side. The roommate attempts to feed Parker maggot-infested meat through the gate, and after several failed attempts, Parker manages to break it down. The roommate then chases Parker and Chester throughout the house, screaming in a demonic, inhuman manner. They escape, but Maria is nowhere to be found. Parker and Chester contact the police but are left with no answers regarding Maria's fate. Based on his statement, "Tonight I eat," and his repeated attempts to feed Maria excessive food, it is strongly implied that Maria's roommate is a cannibal who intended to consume her.
And he probably did. Alright, subject. Maria's roommate. Threat level. Moderate. If it's moderate, it's going to be solid 47%, right? Even though it's so dead. 6-7 is so dead. Subject 3. Rat boy? It is rat boy. Okay. Ew.
Rat Boy is the main antagonist of the Life of Luxury episode centered around the abandoned house in the woods. The creature refers to itself through photographs labeled Rat Boy, depicting it in its youth. These images strongly suggest that it was once kept as an attraction, possibly in a circus or similar environment, where it was raised rather than naturally existing in the wild. In terms of appearance, Rat Boy possesses an unsettling blend of human and rodent traits. It has humanoid arms and legs, though its legs are bent backward in the opposite direction of a normal human.
Its legs are bent.
Giving it an unnatural, disturbing appearance. Its face initially resembles that of a rat, complete with round ears and prominent buck teeth. After disappearing and later reappearing, its appearance subtly changes. Its facial structure becomes more human-like, and it develops stringy hair, implying either rapid mutation or unstable physiology. At first, Rat Boy appears relatively docile. It is seen calmly running on a large excessive wheel, drinking from a water bottle mounted to the wall, and interacting with its environment in a way similar to a domesticated animal. However, this behavior does not last. Over time, the creature begins to convulse violently and mutate, a process that coincides with the drastic shift in temperature. After this transformation, Rat Boy becomes aggressive and hostile towards anything it encounters. Rat Boy resides in an abandoned house deep in the woods, where it was first captured on video footage sent in by a man named Patrick. Inside the house, Parker and Chester discover a room seemingly designed to contain it. A giant exercise wheel, a water bottle, a block of cheese, and a bed made of hay. A massive mousetrap is also found, suggesting that someone previously attempted to capture or kill the creature using bait.
Okay, first of all, that looks absolutely delicious. Anyway.
Footprints later led Chester to a hidden tunnel and another room ominously labeled Happy Land, hinting at a larger, more disturbing past. After being briefly frightened off by Parker and Chester, Rat Boy eventually returns, believing it is safe. It resumes using its wheel and drinking water before retreating into a closet.
Who refills the drinking water? That's my question.
After it emerges convulsing and leaves the room entirely. Later that night, after Parker and Chester split up, Rat Boy captures Chester, dragging him into another room and locking him inside a cage. Near the end of the episode, Parker manages to rescue Chester, but Rat Boy gives chase, forcing both of them to flee the house as the creature pursues them at night.
It doesn't even look like a rat anymore. Its eyes are pure black.
New limited time rat.
Oh man. I'm gonna say 40. 22? I was way off. Alright. Petey! It is Petey. Ew, his eye!
Petey is the main antagonist of the episode Do Not Fall Asleep at Petey's
I like how his
Playhouse.
eyebrows are like this. Like his eyebrows are like. Look at them! Look at them eyebrows, bruh!
Appears as a costume mascot-like figure who looks over the playhouse and enforces its twisted rules. Petey is first seen in 2 VCR-style commercials where he wears a cartoonish human mask and hat, presenting himself as cheerful and welcoming. His outfit consists of black pants, a long white sleeve shirt beneath a red striped vest, and a bow tie, giving him the appearance of a children's show host frozen in time. When Parker and Chester enter the playhouse, Petey greets them directly, behaving as though they are participants in a children's program rather than investigators. When they ask him where Kaylee is, Petey refuses to cooperate,
robot though, right?
Instead sends him to the naughty boys
Who do you
room.
think made the Playhouse? Because obviously Petey's a robot or something. Friendo, honestly, he's probably just like a humanoid bear. That's only friend is Petey, and they killed Conductor Charlie.
After they fail to answer his questions correctly. This establishes Petey's role as both host and judge, enforcing arbitrary rules with implied consequences. At midnight, Petey's musical fun time begins. During this event, Friendo plays a banjo while Petey plays the same song repeatedly on the piano. The music continues uninterrupted throughout the night, stopping only when a timer goes off. The repetitive nature of the performance suggests a ritualistic or mechanical process rather than entertainment, adding to the idea that the playhouse operates on rigid, inescapable routines. Petey and Friendo appear to be searching for a new conductor, possibly to replace Conductor Charlie. This implies that the playhouse functions as a closed system requiring human participants to fill specific roles. Throughout the episode, Petey actively attempts to prevent Parker and Chester from leaving the house. However, once they successfully escape, Petey and Friendo are seen calmly waving goodbye. His final moments suggest that neither of them is capable of leaving the playhouse themselves, and that they are bound to the location just as much as their victims.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know they were like stuck there. Petey. Unknown. First of all, that's not how you spell known. I'm gonna guess question mark, right? Because it's unknown. Exactly. So we got 2 right so far. Who's next? Subject 5. Friendo. Ew.
Friendo is a secondary antagonist in Do Not Fall Asleep at Petey's Playhouse, acting as Petey's enforcer and musical counterpart. He wears a gray to light brown bear mask, blue overalls, and a red and black plaid shirt underneath. Although he appears capable of speech, Friendo rarely talks, instead communicating primarily through unsettling laughter, which makes his presence feel unpredictable and childishly cruel. Friendo appears prominently in both VCR tapes and on multiple posters scattered throughout the playhouse, establishing him as a long-standing figure within the location. In one of the tapes, he is seen playing a banjo, while zapping Conductor Charlie after Charlie fails to run fast enough, implying that punishment and violence are normalized parts of the playhouse's rules. This reinforces the idea that Friendo functions as an executioner or disciplinarian rather than a performer alone. During the investigation, Chester finds Friendo swinging an axe repeatedly into a nightstand beside a bed, suggesting either rehearsal, intimidation, or an aborted attack. When Friendo notices Chester and begins advancing towards him, Petey intervenes and scolds Friendo, reminding him that this is not how friends are treated at the playhouse, even if they have been naughty. Friendo immediately apologizes, indicating that he is subordinate to Petey and must follow the playhouse's internal rules. Shortly after, a timer goes off, and the two
So they're
retreat to
forced to follow the rules and they can't leave.
perform music. Petey on the piano
Interesting.
and Friendo on the banjo, continuing uninterrupted throughout the night. As the night progresses, Friendo is repeatedly observed violating personal boundaries. He is seen peeking over the shower curtain while Chester is in the bathroom, silently watching him. Later in the ball pit room, giggling can be heard as someone, strongly implied to be Friendo, moves beneath the balls, hidden from the overhead camera. Both Petey and Friendo are later caught entering the spare room, where Friendo watches Petey write something on the wall behind furniture. Friendo then retrieves his axe and follows Petey toward the hidden camera, destroying it, preventing any further recording.
And
Friendo and Petey are strongly implied to be searching for a new conductor to replace conductor Charlie. This is further supported when Chester discovers two restrained individuals hidden beneath Friendo's bed. Upon realizing that Chester has found them, Friendo lunges at him while holding the conductor's uniform, confirming his direct role in capturing and preparing replacements. Friendo actively assists Petey in preventing Parker and Chester from escaping the playhouse. However, once they do escape, Friendo is seen calmly waving goodbye alongside Petey, once again suggesting that, like Petey, he is bound to the playhouse and cannot pursue them beyond it.
Okay, great. That's weird though. Friendo is like stuck. Subject Friendo. Okay, we actually know his threat level, which is interesting. I'm gonna say he's like 7% though. So you know his threat level, but you don't know the percent? Get your game to... No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. This is still a great video. I love it. I'm sorry. Subject 6. Bucket. What the heck is that thing?
The bucket creature is a minor yet disturbing entity that appears in It Needs to Eat during the night. It takes the form of a plastic bucket filled with assorted scraps of skin and unidentified twitching meat, all suspended in a thick black substance.
Wait, what video was it? Oh, again, wow.
The bucket creature is a minor yet disturbing entity that appears in It Needs to Eat during the night.
It needs to eat during the night? I don't remember that live lecture video. Okay, apparently it's actually just the second her son can stop growing at night too video. So yeah.
The form of a plastic bucket filled with assorted scraps of skin and unidentified twitching meat, all suspended in a thick black substance. Embedded within one of the larger flesh pieces are two eye holes and a malformed mouth that the creature uses to speak. Despite being dismembered and contained, the organism is clearly alive and conscious. The creature is discovered when Parker and Chester are inspecting Tommy's room. Chester opens a trash bin and finds the bucket creature inside. Moments later, it becomes evident that the being is sentient, as it begins pleading directly with Chester for help. Its state suggests extreme mutilation rather than natural anatomy, suggesting it was either deliberately torn apart or repurposed into its current form. Very little is known about the bucket creature's origins. One prevailing theory is that it may be the remains of Parker Jr., the clone from We Bought a Clone Off the Dark Web. As a torn yet living flesh bears similarities to Parker Jr.'s biology.
It does kind of look like him.
However, this has never been confirmed. Another possibility is that the creature contains parts of an animal previously killed by Tommy, merged or altered in some way. Both explanations, however, remain speculative. What makes the bucket creature especially unsettling is its placement. It is the second abnormal food or organism found in Tommy's room, following the discovery of the moving black meat. This suggests that Tommy either collects, consumes, or experiments on living organic matter. The bucket creature's helplessness, combined with its ability to speak and beg, makes it one of the more tragic entities encountered.
That's terrifying.
Its purpose unknown, its suffering ongoing, and its fate unresolved.
Alright, subject, bucket creature, threat level unknown. Like 100%. It can't do anything. Is that it? Is there one more? Okay, there's two more. Wait, okay. Listen to me real quick. It's gonna be like 2 seconds. So, in this video, is that actually Emma's mom? Like, because Emma was in the basement, right? But is that actually her mom? Because the real Emma was in the basement. She claimed to be Emma.
Emma's mom, Fran, is the primary antagonist and there's
Fran?
something wrong with her mom. She initially presents herself as a quiet, middle-aged woman, speaking in a low, subdued voice and behaving with unsettling calm. She displays a disturbing fixation on
Number
dolls,
5.
treating one as if it were her own child. This attachment takes a violent turn when she is later seen stabbing the doll in the head, symbolically killing it. At first glance, Fran appears to be a fragile but caring mother, but this facade quickly begins to unravel. As the episode progresses, it's revealed that the person believed to be Emma is not actually the daughter at all. The real Emma is
she claimed to be like, what, 18 or 19?
a teenage girl with long blonde hair who has been imprisoned in the basement. The woman upstairs is not the child, but the mother herself. This twist reframes everything about Fran's behavior. Her quiet demeanor, her fixation on dolls, and her obsessive control are not maternal instincts, but symptoms of severe psychological trauma. Fran recounts a deeply disturbing childhood memory while speaking with Parker. She describes an incident where her own mother became enraged after Fran tried one of her dresses. As punishment, she was locked inside a closet overnight, screaming for help until, disturbingly, she claims she eventually enjoyed it. The song she later sings to the doll during the night suggests abandonment, implying that her mother may have left her locked away entirely. This event appears to be the origin of Fran's mental illness, strongly suggesting long-term PTSD. As an adult, Fran seems to reenact this trauma through her treatment of Emma. She locks the real Emma in a dark basement, isolates her, and exerts total control, mirroring the abuse she herself endured. Her fixation on the doll may be a coping mechanism for a child she lost, or a surrogate for the daughter she fears losing again. This may explain why she kidnapped Emma in the first place. Not out of cruelty, but out of a deeply warped need to preserve a family at any cost. Additional details deepen the horror. Fran is implied to be the same person who earlier attempted to break into Emma's home, an attempt that ultimately appears to have succeeded. She sings Slendy's lullaby to her doll, further emphasizing her detachment from reality. While the title of the episode hints that the fake Emma may actually be the mother, this has never been officially confirmed. What is clear is that Fran is not driven by supernatural forces, but by generational trauma, making her one of the most psychologically disturbing antagonists in the series.
Okay, so it might not actually be her mom. It's actually a chance. Threat level low. That's crazy. She sucks. You suck. Alright, last one. This gotta be the scariest one yet. Mr. Jeffries? What? Who is that? Alright, I know you gotta get that bag.
Mr. Jeffries is the central antagonist of the episode We Bought a House Off the Dark Web. Despite never physically appearing in the episode, his presence dominates the narrative and atmosphere of the house itself. From the recovered photographs shown in the video, Mr. Jeffries appears as a tall man with unnaturally proper posture, a bald head with sparse patches of hair, and a smile that seems permanently carved into his face. His eyes are pitch black and visibly distorted, giving the impression that they are artificial or inhuman. Based on the evidence presented,
Mr. Jeffries, you ain't getting no girls, bro.
Is strongly implied to have been a kidnapper and possibly involved in human trafficking or long-term imprisonment of victims. One of the most unsettling aspects of Mr. Jeffries is that he is never seen alive in the video, raising serious questions about whether he is even alive during the events that take place. His house was built in 1879.
Oh, he's gone. He is gone. Unless he's a demon, he is dead. Finito. Done. Dead.
Records claim that 37 people went missing inside the property over a 14-year period, with some of those disappearances dating back as far as the late 19th century. As of 2025, the house is approximately 145 to 146 years old. The photo of Mr. Jeffries shown in the episode appears consistent with late 1800s or early 1900s.
Ew. Oh, look at his eyes. Ew.
Just photography, suggesting that he would almost certainly be deceased by the time Parker and Chester enter the house.
Unless he's a demon.
Yet the house remains active, occupied, and dangerous. Inside the basement, Parker and Chester discover two human figures kept in cages.
You mean Chester?
Mr. Jeffries
You mean Chester. Parker did not believe him one bit. Parker doesn't believe anything Chester. Parker doesn't even listen to Chester. Poor Chester, man. Chester, get a better job,
is
okay?
allegedly treated as pets. These individuals behave more like guard
Ew, I've
animals
never
than
had a good look at his
captives,
face.
aggressively
Ew.
chasing Parker and Chester when released. This raises disturbing implications.
Ew.
If Mr. Jeffries is truly long dead, then who placed these people in the basement? And how long have they been there? None of the documented missing people would realistically still be alive, which introduces the possibility that the basement captives are not normal humans, or that the house itself plays an active role in sustaining or transforming its inhabitants. Additionally, inconsistencies deep the mystery. The episode states that Mr. Jeffries was 39 years old, a detail that
He
directly
was 39. I want to say he was terrifying. So maybe he died a year later. I don't know.
conflicts with the age implied by the photograph and the house's construction date. It is also unclear how authorities obtained the photograph at all, as Mr. Jeffries was never officially captured.
Maybe it wasn't by the authorities. Maybe the people in the dark web knew Mr. Jeffries. Remember, how old do you think the dark web is? Like, it could have been in like a cult before until they made like a website. I don't know.
Suggesting it may have been taken before a warrant was issued, or under unknown circumstances. One prevailing theory is that Mr. Jeffries may be indirectly connected to nearly every property featured in the Life of Luxury universe.
Every single property?
This theory is supported
I
by
mean, it would make sense, but every single property?
recurring patterns. The homes are consistently isolated, dilapidated, and structurally similar, often featuring secret passages, expansive basements, and hidden rooms. Whether Mr. Jeffries was a singular mastermind, an early architect of these houses, or something far worse, possibly no longer human, remains unknown. What is clear is that his influence extends far beyond his own house, leaving behind a trail of disappearance, decay, and unanswered questions.
It looked like Parker was crashing out. Insane? Okay, he's insane. Do we get to... I'm assuming we don't get to know the survival chances, but I'm gonna have to say like 5%. Exactly. If he's insane, how do you know he's insane? He could have been weak.
And that's where we're gonna end it.
And that's where we're gonna end this too. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button. You've watched 28.5 minutes of me. Actually, maybe it wasn't 28.5 minutes. It could have been a little bit less than that. But you've watched like more than 20 minutes of me. That clearly means you like watching me. So you should subscribe to me. Okay?